No, not yet. Here, now we're live.
Now
We're
we're
live.
live.
Let's get started. Let me put some music on and let's get going.
Amazing.
Welcome everyone to a new episode of the Women's Empowerment Series. I don't think I've been excited about an episode as this one. I am so excited to have you, Nadia. It's so true. And thank you for joining me today with your horses in the background. I can see
It
them.
is my highest honor. I'm just trying to see how I can position so you can actually see the
I
horses
can
without
see
me.
them.
Oh my
That's
God, there we go.
incredible. Oh my God. There's one.
Wait, this way. No, this way.
There was a lot
There
of
we go.
excitement coming, waiting for this episode to come. So a lot of people are with us, maybe watching us live or watching us on replay. But I know that this is so powerful, and I am so honored to have you. Welcome, Nadia.
Beautiful. I'm so honored. Thank you so much for having us and all the horses and all their energies here present with us. So thank you
I
so
love
much.
it.
We're excited to be here.
Me
All
too. And
15
I
of
love
us.
how you say of having us because I feel it. I feel so much grandness behind you. That's amazing. So tell me about you, Nadia. You're an entrepreneur, you're a fascinating woman. You know business and you're so connected with horses. How can we put all of this together? How do you make sense of it? And how do you find this beautiful balance in your life?
Well, how do I make sense? But I don't think I've ever made sense of it.
We don't.
So I come from Vienna, Austria. I was raised into a very traditional family. And for some weird reason, there was always my spiritual path always led me to animals, even though my parents had nothing to do with animals, nothing. We weren't even allowed to have a cat or any pet. Like I wasn't even allowed to have mice or hamsters or anything at home. And my path was always like, I just like followed animals all my life. And I was always very, very, very deeply connected to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I always was connected to horses. And until I like begged my dad to buy me the first horse, and then he gave in and bought me my first Arabian stallion when I was 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, which was incredible. And that was like by far the happiest day of my life, like up until this day.
And that was back when you were in Austria, is that right?
Yeah, that was back when I was in Austria. So I was 15 years old, and I had begged him for 2 years. There was a stallion that I had been educating, riding, took him from this wild beast into a tiny little puppy that I could ride bareback and without a bridle and anything.
My God.
And my dad was so impressed. He was like, you know what? Like, I'm so impressed. And I feel this animal is giving you so much confidence. And he had like so much fear of horses. He still does to this day. But he saw the personal development I went through. So that's why he invested in the stallion, and it was the best birthday gift of my entire life.
Oh, that's incredible.
And so my journey started, and I went the traditional business path. So I did an MBA and all the things in business and marketing and management and blah blah blah, and went to corporate for 10 years.
For 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So you let that passion kind of slip away a bit.
Yeah. Well, I always had that one horse, you know, and I kept riding, and it kept me busy in my free time, but it was basically a hobby. So back in the days, but even during this time, people kept asking me, like, I was always, I wouldn't say overly confident. That was certainly the way it was interpreted, but I just had this presence, you know. It's like when I came into a room, people were like, who's this? Like, you know, why does she walk like this? And when I was
like with so much confidence.
Yeah, there was like, you know, there was just like, I'm here.
There's an aura with you. And that's the stallion that comes with you.
There was just this aura, and people kept asking me, like, where does this come from? Like, you're so young and you're so confident, quote unquote. And I always said, well, you know what? I learned it from the horses, and I learned it in particular from the stallion, because when I wasn't confident and when I wasn't like, here I am, he would, you know, like, he would challenge me, and he would throw me off, and he would bite me and kick me and all the things. So when I was not in my energy and my power and my full presence, I lost. So it was, you know, not fear for life, but there was a lot going on. So I kept, you know, finding that over the years, because I had to. And my path kept going back to the horses, and people kept telling me, you need to do something with the horses. You need to do something with the horses. And I was like, but what? And then I started just tapping into the energy, and I did an education as a horse assisted coach.
Okay.
And I still didn't use it because I had so many limiting beliefs around this.
Around being able to mix the corporate world with the horses, I guess.
Well, you know, I started breeding Arabian horses in 2015 when I was still in the corporate world. So I balanced both worlds.
Where were you doing that? In Austria as well?
Yeah, we did that in Austria. So I moved to Belgium just 2 years ago. Before that, I was always in Austria with little, you know, exhibitions here and there of going to South America and going like all over the world.
And you taking your horses with you? That's fascinating.
It's too complicated. No, it's too complicated to take them. It's a real hassle for them to travel on planes, and it's also very expensive, to be honest.
I'm sure.
It's quite something for horses to travel so far. So I always left them at home, and then I just, you know, I started my entrepreneurial journey, and then this horse thing kept popping back up, and I actually founded a consulting company and did marketing and branding first. And I still have that company. I still do marketing projects, but the horses kept popping back up, and people kept telling me, like, you need to know.
You need to do something.
You need to do something. And then, it just, you know, one thing led to the other, and people kept asking me, like, can I come? Can I visit? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can you show me? Can you teach me? And I was like, sure. And and then one thing led to another, and all of a sudden there I was coaching, you know, one woman that led to another woman, that led to another woman, that led to 5 more women. And
so you were coaching them how to get closer to the horse, but actually to be better in their own field. Yeah.
No, I was never coaching people that were horse people. I was always coaching people that were business people, entrepreneurs. Like, I would teach them basically my presence, quote unquote, is what I would teach them. And I also, you know, in the coaching with the horses, it's all about energy and energetics. And the further I moved along this path, the further I entered into the energetic and spiritual path, and less on the rational thinking mind. And so the horses were such a big part of getting people to their energetic truth, and to find the answer, to find their purpose, to reconnect to their souls a lot of times.
Wow, this is very powerful. I mean, like, this is one of the biggest things, because, and it's not the first time that I'm hearing it. That's why I was writing it. I was like, I'm somehow getting really closer each time to horses. And I asked one of the big breeders of horses, why is it particularly for horses? And I want to ask you the same question. What is it that the horses have that makes you stimulate or connect more to that energetics and spiritual part inside of you?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
There are 2 things that are actually scientifically proven. So this is not, because sometimes, especially when I deal with corporates and managers, they're like, what is the spiritual woo-woo you're talking about? And there's a lot of research on this. So the first thing is that horses can feel our heartbeats from up to 4 meters away. And what happens is that when we are in the energy and the presence of a horse, our heartbeats sync up to each other. Incredible. And because horses have such a grounding energy and are so connected to the ground, the earth, to the presence, to the now, you know, the being 100%. 1000% in presence, people connect to that as well. And I've tested it. It works the same way online. So we do a lot of work online. So right now, everybody who's listening is probably tapping into this specific energy because it is, you know, it moves beyond space and time. And I believe it's not only 4 meters, it is way, way, way further. And I always notice this, whoever comes here, but also whoever, like I recorded a manifestation last weekend, you know,
yeah,
and even you said
that.
when we were calling before and you were like, oh my God, that energy, you know, it's like you feel it immediately. Like I get out of the car and you feel the energy of the place and of the horses. And
it's a grounding energy that you're saying. It's like a lot of calmness that comes with it. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah. There's a pureness of a grounding energy. There is also of a much, much, much higher energetic frequency than to what humans that are operating in the 3D realm are capable of comprehending. They operate in much, much, much higher frequencies. So we're speaking 6D, 12D and beyond.
Wow. Okay.
And this is also the way they communicate with each other. This is the second part. So we're saying there are 2 parts of it. One is the heart frequency. The second part is horses can read energetic fields. So that means, you know, how we all know every emotion is attached to an energetic frequency, right? So love, gratitude, very high, anger, very, very low, part of the
rage, very low.
Exactly. Right. So horses are not like, they don't have a crystal ball where they're like, I can read your field or I can read your thoughts, and they can also not identify emotions, but they read the frequency of your energy and they're like, ooh, low energy, let me back off. High energy, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, so they step back when they see someone with low energies.
Yes. Wow. So their energetic profile is to understand that when we are in low frequency, it's an energetic stop. And when we're in high frequency, it's an energetic go. And so this is a lot of what we practice here. For example, people sometimes just ask me, like, can I ask them just a decision, yes or no, or option A or B, you know, and I say, yeah. And it goes within seconds because our subconscious already knows the answer. And the horse is just the energetic mirror that carries
the subconscious
outward,
mind.
right?
Wow.
So it's like, I did a video on this as well of a 10-minute recording where I was this was a couple of years ago, where I was between 2 choice points in my life, between business option A or B. And the horses showed me like it is, I don't know, it was one of the, I don't know if it was A or B, but it was like, it was so obvious. And you see all of this on the video, how exactly they show that. But what I did was I just chose 2 trees and I was like, this is A and this is B. And I walked with horses around the trees and they would literally like block me around the one tree, and around the other tree I could easily walk around.
Incredible.
And I tested it 3 times. So in this video,
and you were actually talking to them and asking the question, or you're just thinking about it? Just thinking about it. Oh, that's even more powerful because they connect with the subconscious mind.
Yeah, they connect 100% with the subconscious. I can say whatever I want. It's all about the energetic frequency that we're in. And they give us the answers, you know, it's just like,
and the truth is the highest energy. So even if you lie to yourself, you're like, okay, maybe I should be doing this, but that's not what you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, where is the energy clean and clear, and where is the energy not? And I have had it many times with people that were coming, you know, for coaching for, I don't know, speaking or sales or even leadership. And then at the end, they would be like, can I ask like a personal question? I was like, sure, go for it. And a lot of times they wouldn't even tell me what they asked the horses. And then sometime later they would pop up in my messages and be like, by the way, I asked this and now it happened. Like we had one of my mentors even, he came and we did a session together. And he asked the horse, should I have a baby? And with this particular woman, and half a year later, his girlfriend was pregnant. Yeah, even though they were quite, they were a little bit older. They were like, she was in her beginning 40s and he was in his 50s. So that's why that question popped up, and yeah. And so
And
this is one of
they
the examples.
celebrated with you that they actually did have that baby.
Yeah, he wrote me. He was
That's
like,
sweet.
"Do you remember I
That's very
asked
sweet.
if I could ask a personal question?" And I just told him like, "Okay, make this point is A and this is B. Don't tell me what it is. Just go ahead,
Yeah.
ask the horse. Just step into the frequency whilst you walk around, and I'll tell you which one is yes and which one is no. And then when you're ready, you can share." And
Wow.
yeah, so I told him this one is a yes.
I'm coming to visit. I told you before we start, I am definitely coming to visit you. That's incredible. You know what I find fascinating is how when I saw you work and we connected many months now, it's like, how do you make someone understand that it's not about you learning how to ride horses, but it's about you learning how to grow more confident and go more empowered?
Yeah.
And that subtlety, how did you manage to put it so clearly?
I think very transparently, I still have issues explaining what it is and how it works, like especially in a short amount of time or in text. Like in contexts like these ones where I really have the time to explain and where people ask so brilliant questions like you do, it's very easy for me. But when somebody's like, "What do you do?" and I say, "I coach with horses," they're like, "Aha, so you give riding lessons?" Like, no, I don't give riding lessons.
Yeah.
And then the next one is like, "Okay, so you coach horse people?" And I was like, no, I coach people. And it's always, it's always very similar things. And I just know that whoever is meant to be here comes here and crosses my path and is attracted to this energy and is attracted to the field of the horses. And I also learned that, by now, in terms of clients and things, I don't do the work. I let the horses do that work. Like they are the ones calling in the clients that are meant to be here and that they are meant to work with.
I love that.
I'm just
because it's energetic. It's like completely energetic. Yeah.
Exactly. So
so might as well let that energy be. I'm going to share your website because there is this beautiful video. May I? Let me share it, and then you can tell us about all the program.
Please.
I think I can do it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, so this is like, it's just so beautiful. This is the type of exercises you do. Feel the magic.
This is one of the things that we do. So it's a lot about, you see, people are just on the ground with the horses. People don't ride. It's just on the ground. And there are different energetic frequencies that we tap into, different exercises we do. And there's also the online part, where we can tap into this energy online, especially when it comes to energetic transmissions, meditations. Like I just held for 11/11, I held on Saturday, which is my favorite day of the year because people always call me the manifesting queen because I'm really good at manifesting things. And so I held a manifestation party, and part of it was a meditation with the horses. Wow. And it was so crazy because afterwards I just posted online and I was like, yeah, whoever wants to replay. And I could not keep up with the amount of messages of people that asked
for the replay. I saw that post too, and I did say replay.
Yeah,
we can share it if it's possible. Is it still accessible?
Yes, it's still accessible, and the energy is still accessible for the next 11 days. So it is like 11/11, so it's accessible for 11 days. And it is so potent and so powerful. And within hours, people were already writing me back like, "This just happened, and I manifested this, and I manifested." I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like things, happen in lightning speed where time collapses and the energy just falls in place, because that is what people, that is the energy that the horses make you connect with. It goes so fast.
It's like you almost compound your own energy with all the horses you have around you.
Yeah,
that's how energetically it all functions. So you have like the multiplications of possibilities that come. When did you start feeling that? Is it since you were 15 years old, or is it somewhere after that when you found more wisdom through your own experience in life?
I think on a very subconscious level, I was already doing this when I was 15.
That's how you got your own horse, probably.
Yeah, that's how I manifested my own horse.
That's how you manifested yours. It is, you know.
Absolutely, because the rational mind was like, there's no way, and my parents were like, there is no way we're gonna get your horse. And
I love that.
Yeah, and
And
so
it's funny, your story reminded me of mine, because when I was young, I wanted to go study abroad. You know, I told you I grew up in Morocco, and my parents was like, there is no way we let our daughter leave the house. It's like a no way deal that, you know, they end up letting me go. And I think it's all around manifestation as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so on a very subconscious level, I was always doing this. And the younger I was, and the more connected I was to the energetic frequency of my horse back then, the more I was doing this already. And in the corporate career, I lost track of that energetic capacity. I stepped into the masculine energy, and it was all about doing and projects and being a manager and all these things.
And we forget about the feminine part of the energetic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there was zero intuition, zero like
there's
intuition
no space, probably no time to even listen to it, even if you wanted it to.
No, I still had amazing ideas, but my intuition was just completely blocked off. Like I blocked off
but you said you kept your passion, so you kept the horseback riding. So didn't you have that time to connect with it, or too much in your mind?
You know, what was very interesting is that whenever I was not in tune with my energy and not in tune with myself, the horses, and it didn't matter, you know, at some point I then bought a second one. And it was amazing because every time I was not in tune and I came with this very, very strong masculine energy of let's go. Yeah. The horses were like, no. So they reacted very intensely to this energy. So I really had to learn myself to leave my job at home, leave my job in the car, and step into that stable with a very clean and clear energy, because I knew if I had a crap day and if I took all of that energy with me and I got on that horse, it was not a good experience, because I cannot tell you how many times I was like, oh, I had a crappy day. Let me go and have a comfortable ride out with my stallion. And he was like, nah, not going to happen, my friend. Like, you need to leave that energy out there. Otherwise, it's going to be a hell of a ride for you. Wow. And he would rear and buck me off and pull me through thorns.
So stress, anxiety, all of that you need to... True.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to relate.
The stress and anxiety, they're more forgiving. It's more this like masculine, really like, I'm the boss and you need to listen to me. And this like, let's go and let's do this, and this energy, that's what they're allergic to. That's like this, whoa, like, no. Because even fear and anxiety has kind of like a soft helplessness in a way.
It does. That's true. That's true.
I need some help here. Yeah. It's like, okay, I'll be here and support you. But if you're like in this, you know, fuck off energy, they're like, you know what?
I'm not doing it. So is this only for women, or does it apply also to men?
It applies to anybody, everybody. But I do notice that I have, like, from time to time, I have men coming into this experience.
Really?
Interestingly enough, most of the times men they come for two things, either sales or speaking. So they want to be coached by the horses on sales or on speaking.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But mainly I have women that come. Yeah. Unless it's really companies, but the company setup is very different, because we do not have the capacity to go as deep when we do team buildings. We do not have the capacity. Not everybody is willing to be open and vulnerable to really receive the messages that the horses are here to give them. So it's we then operate on a very much more superficial level, you know. So it's more like, okay, these are the team dynamics. This is what's going on. This is where the manager needs to step in more and have more leadership. And we work on leadership, but we don't go so deep.
Okay. And so the leadership, it's more about raising the confidence, maybe some empathy as well, because you connect, right? You start caring. So
Yeah.
what type of what type of skills are you able to harness so that you do say that it empowers female leaders, it empowers women. How does it empower them? I mean, confidence, we got that's for sure. What else? Elegance, I think it's very elegant. Probably adds on too.
So it really is like, I always say this vision. Whoopsies, you guys are calling over there. We've got a lot of wind today here.
That's okay. We're with you, and we can see all the stable with all the horses.
Let me take you for a quick walk around. Do you still hear me?
Let's do that.
Okay, good.
We're here.
All right. So let me just take you out of my little light here. There we go. Light is okay. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to leadership, what we can learn from the horses is really, I always say, like, my vision, especially for women, is to copy the energy, to embody the energy from the horses and learn from them, to be this embodied leader that leads with a confidence, a presence, and an energy where when you come into the room, people are just like, wow, people are just like, wow, yeah, she's a leader. Like yesterday, we just did a leadership training here with some women. And one of them, it was very clear for me that when she started working with the horse, for example, the horse didn't respect her from the very beginning. It was very fidgety, didn't want to be around her energy, all these things. And I said to her, I'm sure you need to gain respect from your team until they accept you as a leader, right? And she said, yeah, how did you know? And I said, well, I see it from the horse's energy, because there are people that step into the field that are like, I'm here, I'm present, I'm ready to be your leader. And they just, they're just present. They just show up like that, and people follow.
They come and they just belong to that field. Yeah,
exactly. It's like they are in that
command respect. They don't even ask for it. They command it by their
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
They just own it. They embody it. There's no question. There's no question about it. There's no, am I really the leader or not? Or do I need to reserve respect? Like all these things. It's the same with the horses. In the horses, the leader just shows up. It's there. And it's like, you can trust me. I'm confident. I know what I'm doing, and I'm the leader here. And there's no question about it. The leader is the leader. Done. End of the story. And so this is, and the challenging part is kicking out all of the limiting beliefs, all of the past trauma, all of the things that come up and pop up, and get women to step into their personal power. And we practice this with the horses. Like, when are they stepping into their personal power? When do they leave the circumstantial power behind, right? So the things that we learned from Melanie Ann Lair about the circumstantial power and the personal power, this is something that we practice here in real life with the horses, because they show us, like, are you in your personal power, or is it circumstantial power? Are your circumstances determining that you are a leader, or is it really coming from deep within an embodied truth of who you are every single day? And what I also find very interesting when it comes to leadership is not only business. Leadership is, we lead our kids, we lead our partners, we lead our business partners, we lead our clients, we lead
ourselves.
We lead ourselves, exactly. So this is so important and this is the energetic capacity we can learn from the horses, is if we embody this leadership, anybody will follow us. A horse, a dog, our kids.
Of course, a dog, I had one of the questions saying, why is it only horses? Why can't it be with dogs? Do you think it can be with dogs as well?
Yeah, I do know. I do know people who do leadership trainings with dogs as well.
Really?
I have not had the honor of holding or having a leadership training with dogs, but the energetic capacity is the same. Like, we notice, they operate differently, because horses are look, somebody wants to say
hi. Oh, it's beautiful.
So horses are horses are flight animals and dogs are predators, so they have a different energetic capacity of operating, but any animal can feel our energy. Any animal can feel our energetic capacity. So, and with dogs it's the same. Like, my dog, who passed away unfortunately, there's just this amazing light coming in here at the stable since 10 minutes. It's
I can
incredible.
see that. It's just
can
so
you
beautiful.
See that?
It's
just like,
and it was in your eyes. It's just like all this energy. You radiate, Nadia. with
all this
all your
energy
energy.
coming through
Yeah.
is incredible.
It is. We
And
synchronize in something really big. I love that. And I think
yeah,
everyone watching us should probably feel it. I see a
yes.
lot of people watching us. Some of them are already horseback riders. So it's really nice. No comments, but I think everybody is in awe and mesmerized by the beautiful setup and just, all what you do. I think this is such a gift, and I'm so honored to be able to feel that with you today and share it with whoever is watching us. This is just beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm.
And what was I saying? Yeah, the dog. So I had a dog, and he was so onto like the leadership. You could really feel it. Like with me, he was always behaving, but with me he was really like, whatever. I could just use sign language with him. I didn't even have to talk to him or anything. I could just read his energy, and he read
Because
my
he reads
energy.
your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what I wanted from him. And with my mom, this was not the case. And my mom, for example, she had one encounter with him where he was fighting with another dog. And this
Is
is
that the
right.
one you have in the picture? Is it this one? No,
Sorry?
it's not this one. Is that the one that you have in the photo that we use? Maybe not this one. I don't
This
think
one.
so. Is it? Yeah.
No, it's not. They all look the same. They're all black, huh? They're all black and Arabian.
Oh, really? You pick only black ones? Are you serious? Yeah, but on the video there were some that are not black, or they all black?
Those were not mine. Those were not all mine. So the video we had, you mean my self-test video?
Yes.
Yeah, my self-test video. Dora.
Wow, I like that. So you have 14 horses that are all black in your stable.
Yeah. Just one. We have one blonde one. Who doesn't belong to me. She belongs to a friend of mine. She stays here with us. Hey, Goldie, you want to come and say hello? Hi, Goldie. So this is Goldie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. God, this is fun.
So, yeah.
Well, it felt like I was with you, and the energy felt this way. So thank you so much for this most beautiful, enjoyable,
My pleasure.
episode. This has been so much fun. Like, really.
Thank you so much for having me and for
your energy is just incredible. And I want to share, I think it's Nadia. Let me see, your website is nadiaboersch.com. I'm going to share it so that whoever wants to find out more, was interested in going to visit you maybe and do some of your trainings.
Beautiful. And I also want to invite, so anybody who still wants to have the manifestation meditation from Saturday, it is available. If you just send me a message on whatever channel with your email, I will be super happy to forward it to you, and you can tune into the energy of the horses where we channel them. So I'm sitting on the field with them, and it's like a half an hour meditation. And it's just beautiful, and I've just had the most incredible feedback and results from that. So it would be my honor to gift it to your community as well. So whoever wants to have that, I would love to share.
Well, I am in, so I will get that and do it with you, and I will invite everyone to come. So I'll post that in the group as well, in the Fam Leader. So this has been the most beautiful conversation. Thank you so much for taking us to opening our consciousness about possibilities. I think we underestimate the power of nature and animals, and you're just such a beautiful role model and a leader in that. And I think following your heart makes you such a, like, we just want to connect. We feel like we're with you, and we want to give you a big hug, and to all the beauty that you radiate.
Thank you so much love to you.
Thank you so much love to you as well, and thank you all for being with us today.